Running a business comes with a lot of what ifs, but luckily there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
I already love same-day delivery with Shipt, but it's so much better since I signed up for Target's Circle 360. Why? Because I no longer pay price markups from the majority of stores through Shipt. Only a handful of alcohol retailers and items don't count. That means no markups on groceries, pet food, even home goods and makeup. So to recap, I have more time to catch up on life while someone shops for me, and I spend less. It's a win-win. Order now at shipt.com/360. Terms apply.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
Can you imagine what it feels like to drive a race car with 500 horsepower? The pressure on your body, the way that the engine roars to life, your adrenaline peaked, focus needed, heart pounding. Everyone around you wants to win as well. Speed, timing, drafting, acceleration, everything plays a role. And it's the car together as one. And when race car driver Kristen Strout was a guest, we talked about that rush of racing and the heavy right foot. We talked about her daily driver, an Infiniti G37, nice car. Social media came up, the constant need to update your following. She talked about going to rock shows like Seether, Evanescence, 3 Days Grace. Kristen's got her hand in real estate as well, flipping houses. We talked about that. She's modeled for a long time, touched on that. She's involved in an automotive tech startup called Motor Mia. We talked about how she played in the Lingerie Football League and what it's like living in Nashville. What's their scene like? She was born and grew up on naval bases, touched on that. And Kristen shared a couple near-death stories as well. Listen to this.
Two really crazy ones on my motorcycle, but I'm going to tell you this story because overall this one kind of is the craziest. So I remember my dad's telling me a story. He's like, one of my best friends he just died in a motorcycle accident. So he was telling me, he's like, be extra careful. He's like, he was stopped at a red light and a truck behind him was just not paying attention and just ran right into him and killed him. Yeah. So my dad told me, he's like, just promise me when you're on your bike, like pay attention, like always keep an eye out, even when you're stopped at a light, like check your mirrors, like give yourself room to get out of the way. Kid you not, like I think not even a month later, I'm stopped at a red light and I'm looking in my mirror. I had left room. I'm looking in my mirror and it looks like this car behind me. It's like SUV and it looks like they're not slowing down. And I'm like, oh shit. So I put my motorcycle in gear, go right up next to the car in front of me. And as I'm doing that, I just watched that SUV smash the car that was in front of me, like go past me, smash the car in front of me, and they hit a car in front of them. I would have been like smushed. But I was like, so to me, that was like just so crazy. Obviously, my adrenaline's like rushing. I watched that happen. I'm like, I could have literally just died. And I thought it was so crazy that my dad told me like, because I never really thought about paying attention or leaving room stopped at a light before until my dad told me that story. So that I would say is my craziest like hit home near death.
Yeah, for sure. Well, actually, I had a friend here pass away from that. He same thing, like rammed from behind, ran him right over, dead on the scene. Yeah, it's scary. Like it's scary if you're.
Yeah, it's the other people on the. Yeah, that's what everybody says. It's not if, it's when, and like you got it. My brain hurts when I ride. I literally assume everybody's gonna run lights, pull out in front of me, run into me, like. So yeah. I'm always just like the craziest defensive driver, and I think that has probably helped with car racing and driving too. Is just kind of reflexes, being more aware, and just I feel like there's so much more mental to driving and stuff than people think a lot of times.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
being aware of your surroundings, like you're saying, like it's nice to be able to have that where nothing else is in your mind, but that one thing. And when you're racing, everybody's around you racing as well, like probably should focus on racing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my mom always freaks out. She's like, it scares me that you're racing. I'm like, you need to be more scared of me riding a motorcycle. Because I was like, at least on the racetrack, everybody has like some experience and is paying attention. I was like, on the road, they're not. And we have all this awesome safety equipment now. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm in an invincible bubble when I get in a race car and I have like all my gear on.
Yep.
That probably helps me be a little bit more crazy in the car because I genuinely feel so safe. Because I'm like, I ride my motorcycle all the time, and you don't feel super protected, right? But you get in a car with like a 6-point harness, your racing helmet, your Hans device, the roll cage, like everything. You're like, I'm invincible. I can do it. Like, who cares if I wreck? Like, it'll be fine.
Listen to This on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Visit them on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies.
Can you actually change your personality if you want to? How does peer pressure work, and why is it so powerful? Should you ever really trust your gut when you make a big decision? These are just a few of the topics we've recently covered on my podcast, Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and each episode of Something You Should Know covers multiple topics that are likely relevant to you. You'll discover things you can use in your life today, right now, like how to have a great conversation, how to be more courageous, the anatomy of the perfect apology, and much, much more. To date, there are over 1,000 episodes of Something You Should Know, and we've gotten over 4,000 mostly 5-star reviews. I invite you to check out Something You Should Know. Look for the bright yellow light bulb on the blue background. Something You Should Know, wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Old West is an iconic period of American history and full of legendary figures whose names still resonate today, like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Butch and Sundance, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Bass Reeves, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, the Texas Rangers, and many more. Hear all their stories on the Legends of the Old West podcast. We'll take you to Tombstone, Deadwood, and Dodge City, to the plains, mountains, and deserts for battles between the U.S. Army and Native American warriors, to dark corners for the disaster of the Donner Party, and shining summits for achievements like the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll go back to the earliest days of explorers and mountain men, and head up through notorious Pinkerton agents and gunmen like Tom Horn. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. I'm Chris Wimmer. Find Legends of the Old West wherever you're listening now. American history is full of infamous tales that continue to captivate audiences decades or even hundreds of years after they happened. On the Infamous America podcast, you'll hear the true stories of the Salem witch trials and the escape attempts from Alcatraz, of bank robbers like John Dillinger and Pretty Boy Floyd, of killers like Lizzie Borden and Charles Starkweather, of mysteries like the Black Dahlia and D.B. Cooper, and of events that inspired movies like Goodfellas, Killers of the Flower Moon, Zodiac, 8 Men Out, and many more. I'm Chris Wimmer. Join me as we crisscross the country from the Miami drug wars and Dixie Mafia in the South, to mobsters in Chicago and New York, to arsonists, kidnappers, and killers in California, to unsolved mysteries in the heartland and in remote corners of Alaska. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. Find Infamous America wherever you get your podcasts.